the exciting part about this episode is that we finally get to have someone who's at the forefront of research and pharmaceuticals, specifically peptides. Peptides are amazing. They're very sexy and popular right now, but there are a lot of warning signs and a lot of, dead ends that you can run into, specifically speaking. And one of the things that we're going to talk to Sam about today, which I think will finally put the nail in the coffin, is people who resort to online peptide websites.
You just don't know where they come from.
Right.
You can't go to China to see these facilities. Nobody can go and audit these places. Let's say you ask for a COA, certificate of analysis, from one of these websites. They'll send you one sheet.
Yeah,
one sheet of paper. The COA should contain.
Do you mind showing that on the camera for a second?
Should be a book.
I understand that if the purity is not, the quality and purity is not 99.9, I thought it was 99.6,
Yeah.
they can fragmentalize in your body and cause liver toxicity, DNA damage, and even cancer, guys. So let's move on to the next question, which is what is receptor competition, and how does Genogenics peptide layering strategies avoid this?
Yeah, so
or we can just, that's a little complex for
very-
people to understand.
By the way, Sam has very fancy notes here.
Yeah, no, he has a whole book there. He came ready, boy.
well, we can really go into it, but it's complicated.
Yeah, no, we're gonna lose people if we go that deep. Yeah. But how about we talk about the elite peptide stacks that target longevity, cognition, physical performance, and energy in a single injection? That's the other benefit that I saw in your products. I've never seen a combo peptide product that is stacked 4 or 5 peptides in one, and that can be used cyclically rather than all the time. You can do 2 to 3 rounds per year and still get the intracellular effect while you're still off of them.
Exactly.
Which is amazing.
Exactly. And we have a sample.
And I have some devil advocate questions, so get ready.
Yeah, we have a longevity in brain.
So look, this has clotho, epithalon, cerebrolysin, NAD+, and that's a whole discussion because we've talked about that. NAD+ doesn't work, but when it's based with the quality we're talking about here, it's
exosomes.
Yeah, right.
It's a different story.
And delivered in exosomes, it's very different, guys.
Exactly.
This is it's beautiful, bro. What else we got here?
We're gonna compete for that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Mitochondrial power. I mean, you talk about it. It's your product. I don't want to steal the thunder for you.
Yeah, I mean.
So what does mitochondrial powerhouse have?
Yeah, I mean, we all know what mitochondrial is, right?
Of course, without mitochondria,
the powerhouse of the cells,
and
right?
that produce the energy currency for the body called ATP.
Yeah, I mean, so we have MOTC, SS31, and NAD, of course, right?
Wow.
Meaning, guys, you don't have to purchase these 3. Back in the days, I would have to inject 3 times, and it was a mission.
And these are specifically,
one solution and exosomes inside of it.
And these are specifically designed to work together and not interact with each other, right?
This is where you're engineering
AI,
biotech.
And by the way, so I have a devil's advocate question, or just a common question that I get. And by the way, we've gone to a lot of we're certified by the SSRP, which is Dr. Seed's group on peptides, and for better or for worse, Dr. Seeds. I mean, every time
Seed Scientific Research Group. That's
every time.
I
mean, his knowledge on the science is
incredible.
Is incredible. So I just have a question, because and I think that the jury's still out, because he would tell you that it's not good to mix certain peptides. Mm-hmm. Is it because of the structure? Because like Miguel said, we would buy different peptides, we would stack them, but we would have to, because of what Seeds told us, because at first compounders were like, well, you can put all of them in one syringe. You can stack up 6 different peptides in one syringe. So we would go into different vials and stack them. Oh,
but then there's chance of bacteria. It's
so
tricky,
can you?
Right?
So I mean, because of what you're doing, is it because you're doing it from scratch and you're keeping it in one bottle, so you're avoiding the multiple vial thing, or can you mix peptides?
It's the way it's designed, right? So it's pegylated, meaning that it has an inner link between the peptides.
Oh.
So it creates
So it's a
it creates
bridge,
a
sort
chain.
of.
It's a chain.
It's a chain that
It's a chain.
binds
So
them.
you
That
create the
binds them.
bridge.
Rather than randomly put them together without that
Without the bridge.
bridging,
Without the bridge.
the pegylated peptides help bind them together.
So
smoothly.
it is true then.
Love
So
that.
it is true that if it's not that, then I should
You
not
should
mix
not-
them
you
on the
should not
same
mix them.
syringe.
Exactly.
Great. Okay.
Oh, I
boom.
love that. Finally, that's debunked.
That's
Thank you
finally
for that.
debunked. Second
Juicy.
common question, because I know that the jury's still out on this. Injecting into injury site versus systemic. You know what I mean? Like if I have a knee
Anecdotal,
injury.
it's all anecdotal,
Yeah,
but I
so-
would assume because of these exosomes going
exactly.
right into that area,
Exactly.
you should see.
So what's your view on that?
Meaning they should attach faster to that inflammatory area. It's anecdotal.
For me, it's like it's let's say BPC and TB4. I always put it as close as possible to the injury area.
But because you say it's going to, that solution, it's because it's still targeting cells to react, right? Like it's reducing.
It's closer to the receptors in that area. And that's
okay.
That's why.
So they attach to those receptors faster.
If you have an injury here and you inject it here, it will have to like
Travel
through the body and
Systemically.
lose half-life to before it even gets there.
Okay, I see. So the travel time sort of like exhausts the potency.
Exactly.
Okay.
So in other words, you're trying to get it as close as you can to those receptors in that area because again, like thymosin beta 4, TB-500, you're causing cellular mobilization and migration of specialized cells to go and repair that area. So the closer you are,
with TB4, if you have like inflammation in that area, I mean it's an anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
So that's going to reduce the inflammation in the area,
right?
And for BPC to work better.
So the answer is really depending on the peptide. You could inject it, obviously to the area. BPC and TB-500 in this example being the most adequate ones because they reduce inflammation, promote healing, all this stuff.
Right. Yeah. And on top of it, I mean, let's talk a little bit about the other products because what you wanted to say?
Yeah. Well, I mean, another example I was going to give is basically IGF LR3, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you inject into your biceps, it will actually help you. Develop your biceps a bit bigger.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you just said the wrong thing to the wrong people.
Yeah, dude.
Biceps, I'm going to the chest.
No.
My cheeks. I know we got my cheeks.
My legs. Come on, grow. That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh,
Okay.
man, you gave that to the wrong people. I already see the experiment. Anyways.
Wait, hold on. I need a stronger jaw.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. My cheeks. I want to get these muscles stronger. So another product that he has, which I basically skipped right over, which is the longevity, but you have Clotho by itself, which is a new protein that has tons of research showing its medicinal benefits for longevity. Could talk a little bit about Clothos.
Longevity. It's produced mainly in your kidneys and in your brain, and it actually has been shown to even recover kidneys. You know how your kidneys don't usually kidneys, if you have kidney problems, they
don't recover.
They don't recover. It helps. There's a lot of studies that it helps with that. I've been taking it because there's a history in my family with the kidney stones. So far, no kidney stones for me.
That's awesome.
Which is funny that you talk about Clothos because we just did our follow-up engineered peptide design with Neo7 Bioscience from John Catanzaro. And he measured Clothos.
Good
Mine improved 80%. His improved 120% from resignaling our DNA to basically get rid of faulty genes, right?
Exactly.
And one thing that I didn't know, a fun fact, lifting weights, guys, actually reduces your Clotho. And what builds it up is actually building your VO2 max, cardiovascular workouts.
No, and I just want to point something out with these peptides because, the way that we met you was through them. Through Neo7 and the relationship because you made peptides for them. And there's something to say about these peptides that are specifically targeting your specific genealogy. Because for me, like Miguel said, my follow-up was staggering in terms of results to the point.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you this.
Yeah, he's great.
Live on camera I started experiencing some negative reactions when I started to inject the peptide. Like at my 6-month mark, I would inject. And dude, it was like this immediate reaction, or it was like an allergy reaction. I mean, my whole body would start to itch, and it was like crazy. I would get all red, right? And then I called John. I'm like, hey, what's going on? And then he explained to me through the labs that my attenuation for the medication had increased so much that I actually would get away with a quarter of the dose to get the same effect. And it translated over to other medications as well. So I needed less IGF-1 dose. I needed...
Have you ever wondered what your biological age is? At MHI, we've learned the power of personalized insights to guide your wellness in the right direction. That's why we're excited to introduce to you True Diagnostic. True Diagnostic offers advanced epigenetic testing to provide you with a comprehensive understanding of your biological age, aka your real age, your fitness, immune health, and risk of disease associated with aging. By analyzing your DNA methylation patterns, True Diagnostics delivers actionable insights to help you make informed health decisions that impact your overall health and longevity.
Make sure to go to the MHI Recommend section on our website to learn more about True Diagnostic testing and get your exclusive discount code. Or simply give us a call so we can point you in the right direction. For now, stay healthy.
God bless.
Less testosterone.
Because there's less faulty signaling in the system.
My pathways were so clear, and so now I'm using.
Well,
these
I think, and this is just my unprofessional opinion.
It's definitely
I think,
professional. Definitely
well,
professional.
unmedical licensed opinion, right? Have you ever tried VIP?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You get the same
circadian rhythm.
Your vasodilation.
Never had
the
the flushing though.
Oh, so some
But
people
again,
say,
I've never taken it from you.
Exactly.
Very different.
if I give you RVIP, you will definitely have a flushing.
Anything I've taken that doesn't come from you, it's like I've never taken it.
And by the way, let me just finish. Now he told me to lower the dose. I dropped the dose, and it worked like a charm. Like
what I think is just it created a vasodilation in your body to where your body was reacting to that vasodilation. Because every time you have a vasodilation...
No, and I was probably oversaturating. It was like, yo, this is too much. Like, you don't need this much, right?
No.
So it was like a clear sign to my body, to the point that I would like fear injecting. I was like, oh, God, I want to go through this half hour of craziness,
Yeah. Sorry.
No. So I dropped the dose, and now the peptide extends instead of 6 weeks. Now I have it for 16 weeks because I'm doing a quarter of the dose. And my I want to say my response to all medications is much more acute.
Right. You've cleaned up the system. You're getting rid of the cookies, all the malware in the system.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Which is genetically engineered peptides based on your genetic makeup and faulty signaling like SNPs that are not working. It basically refixes them or gets rid of them or bridges over them so you have better signaling. Therefore, all your peptides should respond even better. I'm so excited.
I mean, working with John at Neo7, I mean, we've seen, real patient results, right? And you see, cancer patients improving their lives.
Yes, absolutely.
And you see,
autistic children speaking.
Strokes, autistic.
Exactly. He's
He's
great.
a genius.
He is.
So talk to me a little more about because I love formulations, and you have some here like the GHK mixed with I don't know what. You have
we have a topical serum. It's a exosome, RNA and DNA complex, with copper peptide.
Phenomenal.
GHK.
But this is for the face, the hair.
This is face.
That's face.
Face.
So we can look beautiful.
Let me try that right now.
So we can look nice and pretty.
What else you got that I can try right now? Let me try that NAD spray. Let me get some of that. I'm gonna put that on right now.
Let me see some of the serum.
Oh wow, it's nice and serumy.
You see?
Oh yeah. Refrigerate, or it can last good without refrigeration.
Recommended refrigeration.
Right, it's always going to preserve it better.
It's going to preserve it better.
And is that NAD right there, or is that the PT-141? No PT-141 right now. You don't want me on PT-141.
I told my wife she better get ready
Let
tonight.
me try.
You want to... There you go.
All right, here we go. So I've never taken NAD plus nasal spray, but it makes more sense because I've noticed with the CMAX...
it crosses the brain-blood barrier faster, right?
And what I notice is the CMAX and CLAC injectable, I don't feel anything, but when I do it nasally, it's a different story.
Exactly.
So while I do it, explain it crosses the
brain-blood barrier.
Blood-brain
How many?
Blood-brain barrier.
Blah, blah, blah.
Don't worry.
Don't worry, we get that too. How many sprays do I do?
Just one on each.
One in each.
Yeah.
And so this is crossing the blood-brain barrier, hitting the receptors there, taking immediate effects.
Exactly.
Wow, this is amazing.
Let's see. It says
This is
clear
amazing.
mind.
I already feel it.
love that.
Oh, no, for real. I really feel it. I don't know if it was oxygen or what it was, but wow. Great product. We're getting high on your product right now.
Okay.
All right, so anyways, the point is you have a lot of, what about that green one right there? What is this green one?
This one is hair.
For hair. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
minoxidil. Carlo, look at this so I can't see it.
Copper.
So this is AHKCU. What's the difference between AHK and GHK?
It's a slightly different molecule, but it's more for hair.
Oh, okay. So it's targeting hair follicles. Okay.
Follicles.
Minoxidil and exosomes. Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, now I got to put this into their system.
Oh, I really
What
wanna
about
try-
that
I
big
really
chunky
wanna try
fat
this.
one right there?
Oh yeah,
really
this is a cream. So this cream can be used, post surgery. You can use it on wounds. It's a
I'm about to get
rapamycin.
my gyno surgery
On
next
cuts.
week, so I can put it.
Rapamycin with GHK-CU, and actually has KPV as well.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
wow, so they're for the inflammatory
Exactly.
response.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
So this is great for like anybody who got a surgery and has a cut and
surgery.
put it on.
Or even if you had an injury, like a sprain working out. Yeah. Even if we had a sprain working out, you could use it for that, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry about him. Ignore that.
Okay.
Ignore that. Ignore that. All right?
Well, listen, I'm super excited to try this, first of all. But, I just want to say thank you for your work. And
Wait, no, we're not closing out.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
no, I'm just, yeah, okay.
We'll keep going for as long as we
okay,
need to,
okay,
man.
okay,
It's
all
just
right,
good.
all right.
But I do have one more question before you can close it out. But where do you see the peptide medicine heading in the future, and how's Genogenics leading the way in that sense?
I mean, like I mentioned before, with these IRB programs, and collecting all this data and showing the regulatory committees that hey, these are safe and effective, right? And I think if we create some kind of movement like this and have more, compounding pharmacies and more labs doing these types of things, I think things will look right.
Doing it right.
Doing it right. You have to do it right.
It's beautiful, man. I hope they again, Robert Kennedy Jr., part of that movement, pulls out the weeds into the sense of players doing this just for money reasons, and not for
but I do think that there has to be some kind of, more strict regulation on shutting down these online
peptides. Yeah, because they're giving up. So listen, the big thing for me is that they're giving, the true players in this space who are in it for the right reasons with the right incentives to heal. Because that's what we're in it for, right? And to make people healthy, not just give them more stuff, right? And so the big thing for me is that these websites kind of like throw dirt on what we're trying to do, because the FDA is like, what is this crap? This is like a free-for-all. This is drug dealing, right? And so, I do believe in regulation for sure. I think this is one of the things that the FDA got right to protect consumers. And I couldn't thank you enough, because again, for the listeners, Sam has put himself in a position where he's working only with people and doctors who are doing this to prove to these regulatory agencies, which sometimes have bad incentives, but also who are trying to shut these life-changing therapies that are natural and accessible, that should be accessible to most people. He's putting himself on the lines to push this movement forward and working with only people that are doing this correctly. Because not only you are taking liability, but us as practitioners, we're taking the liability as well, because we also need to report to the FDA to prove to them once and for all that these things are indeed safe, effective, efficient, and that we don't only have to go with these big pharma companies who are not necessarily in our best interest.
Well said, and they are changing the molecule structure of these peptides.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. Correct. Clean up the game, my brother. Clean up the game. What would somebody keep in mind if they're thinking of using peptides for performance, anti-aging? Anything before we close out that you would actually like to, that we maybe didn't cover, or we're good?
No, I think we're good.
All right, I think we are good. We
Well,
did
well,
good.
you said it. I mean, if you're going to do this, you have to prepare yourself.
Exactly.
You have to prepare the ground.
Exactly.
That's what I always like to tell people.
Right.
You have to fertilize the ground. You have to till it. You have to create the environment so that these seeds can land on fertile ground so they can then give a yield.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So for anybody looking for peptides, I mean, look, we're here to help. We're here to guide you in the right direction. We're here to answer any kind of questions. I hope that, a lot of what we discussed with Sam today answered those questions.
Hopefully.
But also
part.
to help you with strategy and to prepare you for the beauty and the magic of peptides.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So thank you, Sam, for spending the time. Thank you for
My
bringing
pleasure.
this.
Thank you for
it was fun.
Yeah, we looked forward to further collaborating with you and geeking out on a lot of this
And
science.
we'll probably do part 2 later on once we transform and get the same peptides keeps you in shape.
Which even us who've been in business for 10 years with this stuff, we've learned a lot from you, man. So, we want to thank you and we want to honor you as a soldier of the light in this space. And we look further to collaborating with you. So for any of you guys, if you want to learn more about Sam's work, give us a call. If you want to learn more about peptides, give us a call and we'll point you in the right direction. Until then, we hope that you stay healthy.
And God bless.